Hey everyone, this video is about the Constant Traffic Flow project. What we're going to do is create a website and we're going to fill it full of informational topics that are low-hanging fruit keywords, the kinds of things that you're going to be able to rank on quickly. And those topics are not immediately and directly about buying from you, because that's where the competition sets in and that's hard. But instead, it's about a much, much bigger, broader audience that has to do with interest in what it is you sell. So we're going to reach out to everyone and then have your banner ads, have your call outs, have your pop-ups, have your offers interspersed into the pages so that when people are reading about what they want to read about, that percentage of them who are interested in what you have on any given day can click on that, can be led straight to you, to your offer, to call you, to check out your options, whatever it is. So we're going to create a website that acts like just a big open-ended website that talks about the stuff that has to do with your arena. And in those pages, we're going to have the ads that lead to you. The advantage is you're going to start getting organic traffic, a lot of it. And from that traffic, they're going to be a percentage that click through to you, and they're free. It's all free. So you're going to be able to cut back on your PPC ads. Let me show you some of the biggest companies there are do this. Even the web savviest do it. But everybody in the organic section of Google who makes a lot of money do it this way. They don't just focus purely on the sale. They've got that department, but their other department is create topics about anything related to you and then put your ads in those topics. Let's take a look. Here's a company called Ahrefs. These are, I forget their valuation. You can look it up. Maybe 250 million is their valuation. Okay, they have tons of accounts. They probably pull in a couple of million a month, something like that. Well, take a look at the interesting thing about that. They're ranking for 220,000 keywords. Why does anybody need to rank for 220,000 keywords, right? If you're trying to find buyers, wouldn't it be 20 keywords, 50, 100? What's with 221,000, right? And yet, they talk about enough different stuff that they're getting like 360,000 visitors a month right now. That's a lot. You know what's interesting? It's about 30,000 more visitors this month than last month. See how their curve kind of works along and then it rises and it pulls up and it rises? They're even getting better at it, right? They added 1,000 extra views to their website per day this past month. Okay, that's huge. On the other hand, what about the ads they pay for? Oh, they pay for about 835 keywords that they probably, they're special somehow. Maybe it's just their branding versus somebody else. And so they got about 250 clicks, and they're spending 6,000 on the 250 clicks over here. Which do you think is cooler? Because this is what most of you are like, right? This is how you make your money and survive. And what you'd love to do is get away from this and get into this, right? So what you're looking for are websites that are set up or can be set up to grab lots and lots of people. And then from the people we're landing on those websites, some percentage are clicking through to you and you paid for no clicks. There is no cost over here. Okay, let's take a look at the keywords they rank for. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at the keywords that they rank for on the front page of Google. They are up to 49,000 keywords out of all their keywords. They have a lot more, but many of them are not on the front page yet. They do have 49,200 on the front page. The total volume searching through that number of keywords is 4,650,000 people a month. And the clicks they get is 217,000 clicks a month. Compare that to this. They paid $6,000 to get 250 clicks, but they got 217,000 clicks without paying anything. Okay? Not all 217,000 people are going to be as interested as this 250. Heck, maybe just 250 people will be. If I go so low ball, it's laughable, because that's not true. They're training people through their own university approach here. And as people read and use their stuff and tools and tests, you know what they do? They get further and further into their funnel and start buying more and more services from them. But look at the keywords they're showing up for. Paraphrasing tool. Paraphrasing tool? What does that even have to do with them, right? They are a website monitoring tool. You monitor the rank on your keywords and so on and so forth. But they give you good advice, see. They say, make your pages good. Write a lot of good content in your pages, etc. And you can use these tools that help you streamline that work so you can get it right. Now, because they do that, because they have a page about a writing tool for a paraphrasing tool, they looked it up. They found, before they wrote the page, they found that that keyword gets about 307,000 searches a month. Therefore, they decided it was worth it to write that page. In other words, they looked up keywords, sorted by volume, sorted by difficulty, say, keyword difficulty over here, and then chose the ones they wanted to go after and started creating the content for those topics. As a result, even though they're on the bottom of the front page, they get 5,400 clicks a month from that keyword. 5,400 people land on that page of their website. Not just that, another 2,000 also land on that page of their website. It's the same page for a different keyword. Paraphrase tool. They're also in the number 10 spot. They are at the bottom of the front page and they get 7,400 clicks onto their website because of these two keywords that are almost the same keyword. Isn't that wild? Here's another one. Search engines. They're showing up for search engines. They're nationwide. They get about 1,500 clicks from that. Now, I ask you, why search engines? I could go read the blog, alternative search engines, what they're worth and whether you should optimize for them and to what degree Ahrefs gives you any data that works for them and so on, right? But because they do that, Google Keyword Planner, affiliate marketing, paragraph, right? Affiliate, title generator, rewrite. They page speed insights. They do all this stuff that they don't need to do. Acronym generator. This is not their core business. None of this is their core business. Let me sort the keywords by their clicks. And then again. All right. 7,000 clicks for Ahrefs. That makes sense. It's their brand name. 5,400 for paraphrasing tool. 2,800 for Google Keyword Planner. 2,300 for paragraph writer. 2,200 for acronym generator. And yet, as much as this is true, except for Ahrefs, none of this directly has to do with them at all. They're a keyword ranking tool, a competitor analysis tool, right? So what if they did not get all this traffic though? Well, then they would not get any new signups from these topics. See, they're teaching about the stuff that has to do with them because as these guys land and read, some percentage of them think, okay, that was all I had to know still, and I'm ready to go with this. Okay, I think you get the idea, right? Everybody needs to do this to get a lot of traffic constantly coming. You know what the other good thing is? When you spread out across lots of these, then the reality check is you don't have so many competitors because they don't know what to do. They don't know what they're doing. So they're not here. They're paying for clicks. Okay? And because you don't have that many competitors, once you get up there, it's harder to dislodge you because nobody's even looking for where you are. They're not thinking about it. Okay, so let's do another website, Taproom. Whatever it is they want to sell on their pages, you know what they do? They create pages and put Google AdSense on those pages. And they can have other ads to whatever works for those pages for them, okay? So they got a lot of keywords. They've got a lot of clicks, 19,000 clicks a month. It's worth $20,500 if they were paying per click. Let's take a look at some of their keywords. Keywords. How many ounces in a cup? Might seem like a joke, but there are 159,000 searches for that, right? How many tablespoons in a cup? There's 61,000 searches a month for that. How many tablespoons in a cup, and so on? How many cups in a liter? You know what's weird? Keyword difficulty is low on these keywords. Why? Because they don't seem worth ranking for, do they? Except with that much traffic, what if what you offer has to do with many people in America? What if you're selling a commodity that most people sooner or later want? What could your ads be for on these pages? Anything. Toothpaste, backyard patio furniture. It could be for a new roof if you're a nationwide franchise. Or you got plumbing issues, it could be for a plumber. It could be for anything that appeals to most Americans because that's what it is. It could be ads for eye drops. It could be ads for anything. Okay? So you start to get the value. That you make websites that just show up for everything. I'll ask you right now. Do you want pages that relate to you with less volume? Like 1,000 searches a month, but it's narrow to what it is you offer? Or do you want to show up for how many ounces in a cup with 160,000 searches a month just on that keyword? Something like this is hugely important and you can choose it. So let's take a look at more, right? If we were looking at them, their pages are very simple and very cool. Just cool things, and they can sell whatever they want on those pages, but they're here for the ads. Okay, let's show you another site. Here's a site that's talking about very simple topics. You know, top male facial products for ultimate skincare. Some of this is commercial intent. Some of this can be informational intent, but guess what? There's the ad in the middle of the page, huh? If we click, it goes somewhere. And that ad in the middle of the page goes to wherever the guy wants it to go. Do you get it? So we want to bring people through from whatever they're reading if they're interested in the ad. Okay? So here's another ad on a different page of the same site. Different ad though, different appeal. Okay? And again, the page itself is informational stuff. Useful informational stuff is attached to a bunch of other pages on the site that are useful informational topics. But all those pages have an ad that's a pattern interrupt to break things up, right? That's the idea of that. Okay, let's continue. Same thing now. So we can put different ads, run them through the pages, see which ones work the best. How's that for cool? We can do other things as well. We have pop-ups. We have call to action bars. There are different things that can be done. We can put in the backlinking to just add linking to your websites. This is all good. All right, let's take a look at another one. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. This is rehab. Alcohol and drug rehab. Alcohol rehab Philadelphia. Number 2 result here is Peace Valley Recovery. And I'm looking at that site and going, okay, I get it. And it's saying, hey, you know, we're here for you. And it's a pitch, right? Absolute pitch. And I checked out their website. They don't have a lot of pages. They got 176 pages on their site. Okay? Yet, that same company shows up for 10,400 keywords with their 176 pages. They show up for 10,400 keywords. They get 5,461 clicks a month. It's going to fluctuate a bit, ups and downs. You see that? Depending on the time and effort they put in, when they take off, when they come back. But do you know what's funny about that? If they're selling leads for $1,000 each, that's $500,000 a month they're making. If they're selling leads for $500 each, that's $250,000 a month they're making. Do you get it? That's the craziness of it all. I don't mean to put words in their mouth and numbers in their mouth, but I think you get the idea. So most of these keywords, what do you think they're going to be about? The general topics, stuff you should know, drug withdrawal, drug rehab. At what stage of alcoholism does the drinker face serious health problems? Stages of alcoholism, Red Ribbon Week, symptoms of withdrawal, living with an addict, All these things, way more than you need to know to buy from them, huh? That's not just the guys at the top 3% who are ready to buy now. They've got all these topics down here for all these guys who are just learning their way to where they're ready to take that leap. So they're educating the incoming markets, and that's a huge market. Lot of volume, and they're getting a lot of clicks. 75 clicks off that keyword, 460 off that. Okay? They're getting 3,000 clicks a month from their top 10 keywords. Okay? And yet, when you click one of these pages, like what do drug withdrawal symptoms look like? Sure, they've got their little ad over here. That's their ad over here. But the rest of it, it is a just discussion about things you should know. Yeah, they got their little ad here, but the rest of this is not about them at all. They don't mention themselves. They just talk about the topic and the things you should know about the topic. Okay? So the point of all of this is because it is low-hanging fruit. It's easier to rank for these keywords. It's easier to keep them. They have tons of people landing on them, and you're going to capture some percentage of them. And so the more pages that we make like this for you, then the more traffic you get without having to pay for it. Okay. If you're doing roofing, we should be doing pages for types of roofing tiles. That keyword gets 7,000 searches a month. If you're doing nationwide roofing, then that's 7,000 more people we can be grabbing a month if we're creating stuff for all this and doing multiple sites, like sites for your different franchisees. Okay? Say we're doing DIY pest control. Why would you do DIY pest control? Or for that matter, DIY plumbing? I'll tell you, half of the people that start by thinking they can do it themselves, when they read the article, they realize, oh crap, this is really involved. I better hire a professional. But if you write about it, DIY pest control, that's 4,200 searchers right there. DIY pest control in different areas, home pest control, lawn pest control, Argentine ants. You know, we'll get rid of the near me's, but there's a huge amount of volume here. There's like 10,000 searches even after getting rid of specific things, right? 10,000 searches a month just off of DIY pest control, let alone so many other topics, right? So many, it's endless. Okay, DIY plumbing, same thing now. So many searches that can be done. And so in the, look, plumbing jobs you shouldn't DIY gets 190 searches a month. Sounds like a really good thing to go after. And it has no keyword difficulty, which means it's going to be an easy keyword to rank for. That's just one. Okay? Hiking Kilimanjaro. If you're going, can you go if you're in a wheelchair? Can you climb it if you're heavy set? Should you even try? Is it safe, right? What kind of materials should you bring? Hiking boots, waterproof gloves, or breathable? You know, what kind of jacket should you wear? Do you need snowshoes or anything, right? If you wanted to do something like that, you really don't know yet. You're down here somewhere. But the more answers you get, the more it becomes interesting, and some percentage of people say, yeah. As you read about it, you figure out how it works, what it costs, what you need, whether you can do it, and you'll learn things. Yes, people in wheelchairs can go hike Kilimanjaro and mark it off their bucket list. They can be at the top. Somebody can wheel them up. Literally, it can be done. It's even attended to. It's a very common thing. People who are heavyset can manage their way to the top. There are groups that work with the heavyset guys and take their time getting up. Oh, that's two groups of people who didn't know that. Now they know that. Some percentage are thinking about it. How much does it cost? It costs a chunk, but not so much that it knocks it off the bucket list. Oh, that gives you this idea again. The more you learn, you can bring some things, but they provide the rest. Tents, food, and stuff, they got it. Oh, so that makes it easier for you to say yes and get interested, right? That's your job in the organic section of Google. That is what all of this is about. Explaining to people why they want this thing is the name of the game, and it's how you get tremendous amounts of totally free traffic coming to you constantly. Our job is to help you do that on a site-by-site basis. Each one you're paying for is a website that we are working up in your favor to capture as much as we can in the way of that free traffic flow and send them your way. Think of yourself as having a storefront in a big shopping mall that constantly has people walking through it. And some of the people walking through the mall point at your sign and go, oh, let's walk in there. That's the same thing. We create all these pages talking to all the guys in the shopping mall. And some of them are going to see your ad and say, oh, I want to go in there. That's what this package is about, the constant traffic flow package. Stop and start anytime. It's the kind of thing where you should be on for a few months to see a benefit. But since we track everything in Ahrefs, we're going to be able to show you that benefit flatly. So you will see exactly what's going on, how well it's working, how much it's adding to your bottom line. You can do the math on that, and you'll know why you want to keep it. The higher you climb, the tastier it gets. Because most of the climb, you don't see much, but as you get up there some ways, traffic just starts to appear left and right. When you get on the front page, in the bottom half, you see signs of it. There's a trickle. As you go from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 for as many keywords as possible, that trickle turns into a stream. That stream turns into a river. That river turns into a flood. That flood can turn into a tsunami of traffic as you go. And that's the idea of the constant traffic flow package. Okay.